Hey, everyone. Welcome. It's Isaiah Gabriel, and I am coming live again to talk about the event of the week, or if not of the month, if not of the year. It is the WOWOW event happening at the end of the week, and I am talking with some of the facilitators. Today, I'm talking with the amazing Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, morning. How are you?
I am surviving the promotion of WOWOW, but I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, great. The tension and excitement
Yeah.
is building.
Excitement. Yeah. Both,
It's exciting and
So,
nerve-wracking in equal
yeah,
measure.
exactly. So, just in case you've been living under a pile of rocks and you've not seen any of the videos posts where we talk about WOWOW, let me remind you that WOWOW stands for Women Winter Online Women Only Wellness Gathering, and that is happening at the end of this week. So, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 16th to 18th of January. It's a women only gathering in the middle of winter online to keep you warm. It's full of many things actually. It's a sanctuary for women's hearts to reconnect in the middle of winter with the rest of yourself and the rest of us. So it's about remembering your magic, about breathing, about connecting with women, about having sessions on merely anything you can imagine to increase your wellness, from EFT to vision boarding, miracles, meditations, qigong, you name it, drum circles. We have collective events as well happening, a sister circle, an open mic. Well, so many things. The schedule you can find in the link that I'm sharing right now, or by clicking on the QR code that should be somewhere around this image. And yeah, somewhere there. We agree. Hopefully, it doesn't change when the people see it. And it is not a free event because it is a fundraiser. We're raising money for two charities in the UK that help support women in recovery from abuse, all kinds of abuse, and try to prevent said abuse, mostly in domestic or relationship situations. So, for as little as 19 euros, you can join us for 3 days of greatness. And remember, 19 euros is roughly the price of one session. So even if you just do one session, 1 hour session, it's worth it. And then if you want to have free replays for a year, you can buy the tier 2 ticket for 39 euros, and that will give you all sessions with all 22 facilitators replay for a year. So you can do the sound bath twice a week if you feel like it. Or listen to Tracy twice a week, which is going to be amazing. So, Tracy, darling, what are you doing in WOWOW?
So, I am going to be talking about chronic pain. I'm going to be describing the journey a lady took with me, that I held her hand through, from struggling, not being able to function or leave the house, to thriving, to doing all of the things and more that she had wanted to do. So I'm going to talk you through kind of the process, some of the thinking, the sad bits, the funny bits, where basically she's the hero of the story. I just facilitated her to allow her nervous system to return to normal. So that
Yeah,
would be my
she's the
main.
hero. You're the sidekick, right? And a big one, because I'm guessing she needed also some expertise. Um,
Uh, Actually, I think what I learned is that the person that I'm working with just has to have a shitload of courage. And it's
mm,
the courage to go there and be held while you go there that
mm,
makes the difference. Because not everyone does. And I'll talk
mm.
about that a little bit in the talk. And then I'll be doing a few other bits, but that's kind of my main thing.
Yeah, I'm really very excited that you agreed to come and talk with us during this event, because I think that what you do is magic, basically,
Oh, bless
and
you.
you give permission to people to heal. in a way that very few people do. And we're not talking about woo woo completely,
No,
magic.
no, it's all based in
We're talking about
neuroscience.
no
That's the
more
fun
freaking
bit.
pain.
Absolutely. We're talking about, I'm going to sort of add some geeky bits in so that people can understand that this isn't an abstract thing. The
Yeah,
brain changes in chronic
yeah,
pain, and there are structural changes that are akin to chronic or complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
yeah,
And that's really how I hit upon how I work.
yeah.
And I'll sort of unpick that in the story. I don't want to make it about me, but I think people
No, but it is.
perhaps want
It's
an
also.
understanding about
Yeah.
how I arrived in this place myself, which was wondrous. And then to get the opportunity, for which I must thank you, Isaiah Anne-Marie, for offering me this opportunity to talk about it. Because the more I talk about it, the
Mm.
more I have the option to um, people can come and get better, can heal
Yeah, yeah.
themselves, really. And
Ripples,
that's
ripples, ripples. We need
absolutely.
that. And so many women are in chronic pain
Yeah,
with
it
so many
happens to
kinds of disease,
women absolutely way more.
and they kind of keep going because they have to, but it doesn't have to be that way. And that is something very, very crucial. So I'm really honored and happy that you decided to come and talk to us and play with us. Of course, you'll also be in various roundtables, connection lounges, uh, other places, because there's going to be so many places to have fun and connect with other women. That's the fundamentals of this event, is about not being a lineup of conferences, right? It's not a sit down and get taught situation. It is really, we're trying to make it into a gathering more than summit conference type thing, with so much happening. The only thing that we don't provide, I'm sorry, is your own coffee or tea. You have to bring your own.
And
We
your own
don't have a
blanket.
coffee shop. We have a virtual coffee connection lounge, but you will still need to bring your coffee or tea and your duvet, of course, because it's winter. So we want to stay under that
You want
duvet.
to snuggle up. Absolutely.
So I have a couple of questions for you, like I do with all the speakers or facilitators. So one is a serious question, and the other one is more like a fun one. So how does your this is these questions I wrote weeks ago, and then I shuffled them, and I did not choose those for you precisely, but you're going to repeat yourself, because the question is, how does your session support women's well-being in a practical way?
So I guess
Synchronicity of
I
question.
kind of outline the process so they can see there is a thread, there is some structure to how I think, because I'm a physiotherapist. That's what I've done for 30 plus years. So I tend to have a baseline about how I approach things and the information that I need. So it gives you an idea that it wasn't just random. There was sort of
Mm,
something conscious behind this. So that's the practical. And there's a couple of things that you can actually do, that you walk away with some understanding, that
mm,
you can do for yourself and write your story in a
mm,
way that
mm.
gives you context. In a
Yeah.
way that I don't think everyone that works with me says, wow, no one's ever asked me this in this way
Mm,
before.
mm.
So I think it's that.
Yeah.
And giving,
Yeah.
does that answer your question without waffling on
Absolutely.
too long?
Absolutely. But also, the for me, the basic answer would have been, well, I deal with chronic pain, and when I explain how this works, and then you can come and work with me, and practically you might end up with no pain. So that's very, very practical, because for me it's really important that we discuss wellness and healing, and it's got these kind of two levels. We have the spiritual aspect of the healing, which is really important indeed. But then when you're in chronic pain, or when you're in physical pain, or you've got a disease or something like that, you need some practical changes. Not only your
Yeah.
mind or your soul needs to change, but your
Yes.
body needs to accept that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not using willpower to control the symptoms. We're not managing anything with
Mm-hmm.
pain relief. We're returning a dysregulated, overstimulated nervous system back to balance. And so the pain doesn't come back.
Yeah, that's
I
amazing.
know,
Thank
I
you.
know. It took me a
Let's
long
not
time. I get
spoil too much.
yeah, I get goosebumps when I think about
I
it.
know, I know. Every time we talk about what you do, it's like, fuck, why aren't you given the Nobel Prize? You know?
Bless your heart, bless your heart. Well, I don't. Yeah, good question. A good question. I want to
So,
help as many people as possible. That's and obviously I'm a woman, and I know that chronic pain affects women so much more
yeah,
because
indeed.
we carry so many wounds.
Hmm. Yeah, and we have this, for so many of us, we have this education that says, keep going.
Yeah, and
Ignore the pain, take care of
society.
the kids.
Well, I think also society blames us. The
Yeah.
medics blame us.
Hmm.
Society blames us. And
Yeah.
as I discuss in my talk, there's just such a huge connection and correlation between adverse child events
Mm,
and trauma and exposure to stress and chronic pain. I mean, they
mm,
are so once you've already been through so much, or your nervous system has, you are sort of primed. But anyway, I don't want to give
mm,
too much
mm.
away.
Yeah. Don't. Please, please, please join us in WOWOW and listen to Tracy. She is out of this world incredible. And, whether you are suffering from chronic pain or not, it's still interesting. Because there is so many things that we don't know about how our nervous system functions, and it's so interesting that anyway, let's not go there. So what the fun question would be, do you have a one word to define your session? I loved previously you said geeky. I like that. Because you are, because there's so much that we don't understand, or we don't know about how the body functions. We kind of believe that it functions and then it stops functioning, and that it's almost out of our control. So I must say that, when we worked together previously, I was really interested in the geeky parts, in the understanding how the fuck this thing is working or not working, and how can I do with it. So I think it is geeky partly what you said, what you explain. It's not geeky when you do it.
But it is geeky. It is
Yeah,
geeky, and it's using knowledge that's only really been available the last few years. Okay, the
yeah.
understanding the brain mechanism has been around for 20 years, but it isn't. Things tend to happen in research, and they tend to be periphery first, and it
Mm,
takes 20, 30, 40 years before it becomes an acceptable way of
mhm,
thinking.
yeah.
So
Mm,
it takes a long time because, many clients have said to me, well, how come I haven't heard, or why doesn't my GP know about this? And I
mhm,
said, well, because your GP is trained to give you medication, quite frankly,
yeah. Mm,
and they haven't got time. But I've just spent 4 years doing a master's part time. And then in that 4 years, half of that time I've spent in a psychotherapy academy
mm,
learning about this stuff because I saw it as the absolute way forward.
mm.
Other
I
people
agree.
might think differently, but yeah.
Of
So
course, but it's
geeky,
one way
geeky.
forward that is huge, for sure. So thank you so much for giving us a few glimpses on, or sneak peeks, or on your talk or your session, in WOWOW this weekend. Again, €19 just to get this information. Fully worth it. But
Cost me
you've got another
thousands.
21 speakers on top of Tracy, including
Oh,
myself. I'm doing a journaling workshop, for this year, and
Oh, I'm
There's
so excited.
collective events of all sorts. And yeah, join us. I just want to start saying that because I realize I've not been saying it very much. This 19 euros is an early bird price. If you wait until the event begins, it's going to be full price. So join now. Don't wait.
And you
Thank
can
you.
upgrade. Can I just ask, can you upgrade at any point, or do you have to do it
Yes, you can
before?
upgrade at any point. So if you
Okay,
feel like, oh
Lord.
gosh, there are too
This
many
is like
sessions.
almost Mr. Tree. You get some support and you suddenly
Oh, I
feel
can't hear you anymore.
okay. I don't know what
Can you
happened.
repeat the last sentence? No, it's just nothing. You
Oh,
didn't do
okay.
anything.
So I just wanted to know that if you could book this while you were actually at the event, that you could
Absolutely.
upgrade, because what's going to happen is that suddenly people see how incredible it really is. I mean, we can talk about it, but it's an immersive experience. And then you
It
will
is.
suddenly go, my goodness, those coffees, I can spend £4, which is like €5 on a coffee every day. And that's the ticket.
Yeah, I agree.
Or
I
a
agree.
night out.
So yeah, you can upgrade at any point. There's a tier 2, as we were saying, replays for a year. And there's even a tier 3 where you get 12 courses over the course of 12 months from each of our facilitators, from 12 of them. So that basically you have an academy of wellness building up. So you can review all the content of the event plus 12 courses. And that is an early bird price of €111. Voila.
It's incredible value.
Yes, it is. if I say so myself.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, Tracy, so much. I don't want to
you are
keep you too
so
long, and I'm
welcome.
not finished with the website of said event, so I have to go back to work.
I'm
Thank
going
you
to let
so much for
thank
talking with
you.
me.
I
Thank you
love
for
it.
listening to us. Please join. Early bird price ends Thursday night, and after that, you can still join up with